Hi, Austin. I don't know if you've had time to meet with Lem yet, but what was the feedback you got as a group about how you did yesterday collectively as an offensive line? It seems like there was improvement in both pass protection and in the run blocking aspect as well.
We're about to watch the film right now. I think the feeling though, I liked the initial drive was really good. I think there were some times in the middle of the game that we could have improved, but I think that final fourth quarter drive to chew up the clock and just run the ball. I think that was one of the highlights for the offensive line play there. That was a good feeling, keeping the ball in the hand and taking the time off the clock.
Right. And then I have one other quick thing for you. It seems like a bunch of mature guys in this offensive line. Liam seems like a mature, smart guy for a rookie. Have you had to try to keep his spirits up, you and Jesse, at all? Because obviously, it's been a tough adjustment playing left tackle for him. He did some good things yesterday.
No, I don't think I've had to keep his spirits up. He's a smart guy. He's played a lot of football, just not at this level, but it always kind of surprises me, and I have to remind myself sometimes that he is a rookie, which is pretty impressive on his part, for the way he composes himself.
Thanks, Austin.
Omar?
Austin, what do you think? Obviously, you guys have been trying hard, very hard, to develop a run game for the last month. A lot of it with you being there as a starting center. What was the difference this week against the Jets? What were you guys doing differently that led to success?
I think getting in a rhythm in part of the game helped. I think kind of finding our groove there. I think there's some runs that we do well. About to watch the film right after this with the whole O line, and we'll have a better sense of like what we're doing well and what we like. But I think just consistently working. It's day by day in this league, and getting the whole O line ready to cohesively work together. I mean, it doesn't happen overnight, and I think our hard work is starting to show on film.
If I may follow up with that,
Sure.
you obviously are into the mix. Three centers, never. You're a center, so that's never a good thing. How difficult is it to just learn everybody as a center, as one of those leaders, in terms of on a short notice from a communication standpoint?
It's tough. You understand that. I think, in pass protection, it's kind of knowing where guys' feet are. As far as the guards, you got two guys on each side of you. In the run game, it's kind of fits where guys are going to be on defensive linemen when you're trying to run block them. It isn't easy to just come in and just cohesively gel with everybody. But it's something that we work on and practice a lot. So on Sunday, there's no excuses for anything less than what we want.
David?
Hey, Austin. You arrived in Miami during a rough patch that was kind of getting worse at the time. Now that you've strung together 3 straight wins, what's the difference in the locker room vibe that you're seeing, if there is one?
I think we're gaining some confidence. 3 games in a row. I know that's a good thing. That's hard to do in this league, and I think you see it across. It's a big confidence game, and when you've got a team that plays with confidence, and every game you're going to have adversity that hits, whether it's turnovers, anything, and if you get down, you got to have that confidence, knowing that you're going to win the game no matter what. I think that's kind of where that switch mentally flips for a team.
Any last questions for Austin? Hal?
Hi, Austin. How you doing?
Hey.
I know you guys are programmed to think of one game at a time, but have you given any thought at all, now that you're on this 3-game winning streak, have you given any thought to, making a playoff run? Has there been has it crossed your mind, hey, we can get back into this playoff race now?
Not me personally. I'm looking week to week, man. It's you gotta take small bites of the apple to get to the whole thing. And yeah, I'm week to week. I think a lot of the teams focus the same way. I know coaches focus that way too. We're all Panthers this week and beating them.
Omar?
When you talk about, I heard from last week that there were good practices last week. Obviously, everybody thinks that they practice well, but when you talk about having a good practice, what does that mean to you?
I would first start by saying no mental errors. People are going out there when we run the plays that are scripted. We're not having to start things over. We don't have to rerun a play. We don't have to go back after we get through that set and, hey, pull back up play 6. We're lined up right. We're not chewing up the clock in the huddle. I would say those types of things. Just being efficient is probably the number one. And guys are going to get beat. That happens all the time. But I think the number one is not beating yourself mentally. Everybody knowing the assignment and operating efficiently as an offense.
How do you guys hold players accountable for when they do have these mental errors and busts and preventable penalties, preventable mistakes, missed assignments? How do you guys hold each other accountable for that?
I think that comes down to the position group. That matters which position that would happen at. I know as an offensive line, if we got people jumping or missed assignments, I mean, we're gonna vocally let them know, like, hey, this can't happen. I'm sure that goes across the board for other position groups, and I'm sure the coaches would feel the same way.
All right,
Thank
last
you.
question, Hal.
Austin, I'd like to follow up with something you just mentioned to Omar regarding the crispness of practice and not having to rerun plays. How does that maybe compare, if at all, with when you first got here and the team wasn't doing so well? Were the practices maybe not quite as crisp as they are now?
There's been so many practices. I think it's hit. I wouldn't say at the beginning when I got here that they were bad. Obviously, in the course of the 7-8 weeks, there's been some days, the second week I was here, the third week I was here, then it was maybe a few mental errors. It's hard for me to notice that because I'm so locked into what I'm trying to do that, sometimes I don't see what, if the defense is having errors. So when coach says we have a good practice, some days I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I could have done this better. And days that, it's tough for me to assess the whole team sometimes.